All right, friends, let's put into practice the strategy that we just watched from the video of adding fractions with unlike denominators. And what I would like for you to do is to get a dry erase board and a marker and a sock and meet me back here and we will do these problems together. Now the problems we are working with, or the problem we're doing right now, is 3/10 plus 3/5. Now the strategy that we learned in the video is we're going to use the easiest common multiple. And in the video we learned that we multiply the denominator of both fractions. So we know that our answer in our fraction is going to have a denominator of whatever 10 times 5 is. Well, what is 10 times 5? 10 times 5 is 50. So that will be our denominator of whatever this fraction is. Now, in the video, remember that they took the opposite fraction and moved it over, and they multiplied the fraction next to it by that whole number. So essentially what we'll do is we'll multiply 3/10 by 5/5, and we'll multiply 3/5 by 10/10, and then we will add them together. I apologize, that 10/10 looks very, very sad. Let me change that. 10/10. There we go. Let me redo my arrow. Okay, so, well, what is 3/10 by 5/5? Well, what is 5 times 3? 5 times 3 is 15. And 5 times 10 is 50. So I'll just add that onto here. So I've got 15/50 plus, over here, 3/5 by 10/10. What's 3 times 10? 30. And what's 5 times 10? 50. We decided earlier that our denominator will be 50. So now we've got 15 plus 30/50. And we know when we add fractions with the same denominator, we just go straight across. So this will be something over 50. Well, what's 15 plus 30? 45. 45/50. Now, we could simplify 45/50. The greatest common factor in both of these is going to be 5. 5 goes into 45 9 times, and 5 goes into 50 10 times. But either way is correct. You can type in 45/50, or you can type in 9/10. Let's just type in 45/50 just to show that you don't have to simplify. You still got it correct. Good job. All right, we've got another problem here. I'm going to use this space over here again because it's so much easier than drawing the arrows over. So give me a moment, I'll rewrite the problem for us. I went ahead and I rewrote 5/8 plus 1/4 in the middle of our screen, and then I showed that we are going to multiply 5/8 by 4/4, and we will multiply 1/4 by 8/8. This is very similar to the distributive property because we are multiplying it by other numbers, and then we are adding it back together. So in case your mind needs to kind of grab a hold of it, think of it in that way, because we're going to multiply 5/8 times 4/4. Well, what is 5 times 4? That's 20. And you should be writing this down on your dry erase board. And what's 4 times 8? 32. Because in our original fraction, 8 times 4 is 32. So our common denominator is 32. So now we've got 1/4 times 8/8. Well, what's 1 times 8? That's 8. You're writing this down with me. And 4 times 8 is 32 again. And then let's add them up. What's 20 plus 8? 28. 30. This would be 30 seconds. Even though we're not in the time frame right now, it's not 32s, it's 30 seconds. 28, 30 seconds. And like in the other problem, we could find the common denominator, the greatest common factor of 28 and 30 seconds. That would be 4. 4 goes into 28 7 times, and 4 goes into 30 seconds, 32, 8 times. So this fraction is 7/8, but it's all, you could type in 28, 30 seconds, which we'll do. So I'm just telling you, you don't have to spend time reducing the fraction. You can if you want to challenge yourself, but you will still get it correct. Awesome. Let's do one more together, and then you'll try this task out on your own. So we've got 1/6 plus 1/2. Now I'm going to do this without the whole writing it out and flip-flopping it over. I'm just going to write notes. So if you need to pause it to catch up with me, that's fine. All right. But I know my denominator will be whatever 6 times 2 is. What is 6 times 2? I know my denominator will be 12. 6 times 2 is 12, so our denominator is 12. And so I'm going to visually, in my mind, multiply 1/6 by 2/2, 2 over 2. Well, I know my denominator will be 12, so I've got a fraction written down here. So what's 2 times 1? 2 times 1 is 2. Let me get my writer out here to wake up. 2 12. So let's do the other side. I know my denominator will be 12 because I'm multiplying 1/2 by 6 over 6. So 6 times 2 is 12. What's 6 times 1? 6. So now I add them together. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 over 12. And once again, you could reduce this to the greatest common factor. Excuse me. And it looks like that will be 4 again. 4 goes into 8. Sorry, that's an awful looking 2. 2 times, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So this would be reduced into 2/3. Let me rewrite that. Excuse me. So the answer is 8/12 or 2/3. So I encourage you to try out this strategy a couple of times before you do this Excel task of 7BJ. Good luck and thank you for learning with me.